With an opening for California's chief law enforcement officer, Nathan Hochman says he's ready to step up.
Justice has been my client, and justice wears a blindfold on purpose.
The moderate Republican is hoping voters consider the people in the race over party. Hochman has 30 years of criminal justice experience as a federal prosecutor, U.S. Assistant Attorney General, and defense attorney. He says he has far more experience than the current Democratic Attorney General, Rob Bonta.
Rob Bonta is a dentist pretending to be a heart surgeon. I'm like a 30-year heart surgeon who's done the operation hundreds of times. And the patient is us. The patient are Californians. The ailment is our safety and security.
Safety and security is Hochman's primary promise to voters. His top priorities upon taking office include getting guns out of the hands of the 26,000 people prohibited from having them, protect the privacy of those who can legally carry them, crack down on fentanyl, and work to reclassify what is currently considered nonviolent offenses like human trafficking and lewd acts with children. He also promises a pro-law enforcement agenda while vowing to hold bad-behaving officers accountable.
How many cases has Rob Bonta himself investigated a police officer? I'll answer that for myself. None. How many trials has Rob Bonta done against police officers who've crossed the line? None. I've done both. And so I understand how to go after police officers. We protected their due process rights, their constitutional rights, and put them all in jail because they crossed the line.
Hochman says he's pro-choice and did not vote for Donald Trump in 2016 and 2020. He's hoping to capitalize on a time when crime is a top concern for California voters and during a year where progressive DAs in the state's largest cities were either recalled or nearly faced one. But he acknowledges he has an uphill battle facing Bonta, who was appointed last year by Governor Gavin Newsom to fill the role.
If all your state positions literally are saluting you every morning, yes, Governor Newsom, yes, sir, whatever you want, sir, that is not the voice you need in Sacramento.
Surely you're going to have to work together. So would it be a balance of wanting to reach across the aisle to work on those solutions, or would it be, a checks and balance system where you hold him accountable, or a combination of both?
I would absolutely hold him accountable. And that's what's not happening now. Anytime Gavin Newsom wants to do something that's going to enhance Californian safety and security, sign me up. I would be his partner in that. He would be my partner in that. Anytime I want to do something that would enhance safety and security, I need to make my case, not just to the voters, but to Gavin Newsom and the state legislature.
Hochman says he supports Newsom's Care Court initiative, allowing judges to issue court-ordered care to the unhoused, severely mentally ill, and if elected, looks forward to help implement that system. But another area where they differ, the death penalty. Newsom put a moratorium on it when he first took office.
It needs to be reserved for the worst of the worst of the worst offenders in our system, guaranteed by the best scrutiny you can have of any conviction.
But despite his views, Hochman notes it's within the governor's right to exercise that power. Hochman promises to enforce all laws on California's books on all issues.
The hat that I'm wearing is the chief law enforcement officer, not the 81st Assembly member, not the 41st state senator, and not the governor. I've had great success in working across the aisles, particularly because safety and security should not be a partisan issue. I anticipate having that success with Gavin Newsom and the state legislature going forward.
And we are working with Rob Bonta's campaign and office to sit down with him ahead of the election.